Good morning, good morning. May God bless you, may God keep you. You know, I woke up this morning with a couple things on my mind, and I really wanted to say, man, how God have really been so good to me. God has been amazing to me. Um, just words can't even explain everything, but I know He has been real good to me, and I'm pretty sure He's been good to you. So good morning to each and every person. Good morning to all my brothers and sisters, all my families that's on here. I love you guys dearly. Hey, listen, this morning here I want to have a discussion on forgiveness. Very important topic on forgiveness. And like I said, I woke up this morning with some things on my mind. You know, you can't go far in life. And I'm talking about whether it's life here or definitely life to come without forgiving. You know, he may have done you wrong, she may have done you wrong. You may have did some things, killed people with some harsh words. You may have said some things to people that people say is just unforgiving. But we as people, man, we need to forgive one another. We need to love one another. I know it's hard sometimes forgiving people. That's one of the hardest things people say. I thank God for just working inside me so I can have a forgiving heart. It hasn't always been easy at all. But I learned to practice and exercise these things, these positive things, so that I could so that I could forgive. You know, the word it talks about if you don't forgive, your father won't forgive you. You know, so we definitely want to remember these things, and you have to just think about it. Like, I know that it's hard. I know it's tough, and to go on in life, I know it's tough to forget those things. And even you may not forgive it. Forget those things. But I know one thing that you need to, it's a must. And I talked about this in a video not too long ago. We must forgive. We must forgive. It's for your benefit. It will benefit you definitely in the long run if you forgive. I'm gonna read something real quick here. And everybody, I'm pretty sure a lot of people know this scripture here in Philippians chapter 3. And I'm going to go ahead and start kind of in the middle of 13 when it said, I'm sorry, I'm going to start at, in the middle of 13 it says, forgetting those things which are behind and reaching forth unto those things which are before. It say, I press towards the mark for the prize of the high calling of God in Christ Jesus. You know, we want to make sure we try to press towards the mark. We want to make sure we try to reach out for the things that God is trying to give you. What I mean by reaching, I'm talking about receiving those things. And your blockage could be, it is the fact that you're not forgiving people. And, let the truth be known and let the truth be told. Listen, you really don't forgive yourself if you don't forgive others. What am I saying? What do I mean? You know, when you're thinking about how he or she or a person in your life have treated you, when you're thinking about those things, what tends to happen is you're thinking about it so much, you miss your blessing. You miss what God have had for you. And people say what's for me is for me. Yes, that's so true. But go out there and get it, which means you may have to clear out some things in your life. And you know what? God will help you do that. You know, we all have choices in this life that we live in. but God will direct you. He have changed my life, man. He helped me. He been there for me. He's here for me, and he will continue to be there for me. You know, we stop our blessings sometimes. You know, God can't force. He's not. He can do what he want to do, but God is not going to just force something on you if you don't choose it. That's what, you know, Lord, help me, Lord. You know, pray, press on. That's what I mean by press on. I'm talking about praying, asking God to really help you to forgive that person. That's what I was saying, that you have to beg God. We do a lot of begging people. We do a lot of begging to ones that don't even care. But even if a person don't forgive you, make sure you forgive them and do your part. Make sure you forgive them and you forgive the fact that they don't forgive you. Let me say that again. You forgive a person for not forgiving you. Don't hold something against that person, because you would not make it in life. We have to forgive people, even if sometimes we want to come back to a person and tell them that we're sorry and how we really feel. Sometimes we may not be able to come to that person face to face because how they feel. You know what I mean? But just have it within your heart and pray to God and ask God for help. And not only that, let me tell you this here. You know, a lot of the times in life, man, it's a thing called feelings that we have. And us guys, man, we love to say women, they emotional creatures. They are. And they feel so, they're so weak and all that. Listen, we're weak too. We get caught up in our feelings too, guys. We do. And I'm not sitting up here just giving all the credit to the women. No, not at all. I love everybody, man. I'm letting you know right now. I'm just giving you facts, biblical facts, that, appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. That if we don't control our feelings, allow God to control our feelings, we will not make it. True story. My partner just flew in from St. Louis. Very emotional story. He just flew in Orlando, then he came to Ocala yesterday. I was hanging out with him. We played basketball. One of the guys I went to college with back in Illinois, up in Illinois back in 2004. Make a long story short, he was telling me about how his friend just got killed. And when he showed me the video, the footage where his partner got killed on the video, I kept looking at that video. I kept rewinding it. I rewound that video about 6 times because I examined things. I realized that it was his feelings and him not forgiving a person, and he got killed. What happened was the guy supposedly had knocked him out. They got in a fist fight months ago, years ago. Either way go, it was a while ago. This guy happened to see this guy again. He ran over there. You probably saw it in the video. He ran over there, hit the guy, bomb rushed him, hit him about 3 times, and still, he still had a chance to run. But when people get caught into their feelings and they don't forgive a person, this is what happens. He kept hitting the guy, and by the time he walked off, he was trying to, he was just backing up. This other guy that was on the ground, his friend, he came around the corner and shot him like 4 times. And the guy that ran up there and knocked the guy out, and he fell on the ground and he died. So what am I saying? I'm saying this here, that we as people need to learn how to forgive. Forgive. And you know what? People say this here. Some people say forgive and forget. Some people say you can forgive, but you'll never forget. Watch this. Watch this. You can forgive and forget. How? By renewing your mind. When you renew your mind, and somebody tell your old story 10 years ago, and when you was in the world, you like, it's hard for you to remember, even though it may come back because that guy talking about it. You will not too much remember that story, because not too much remember what happened, because you forgot about those things. You're living, appreciate it. You're living totally different now. Let me read it again. Let me read this again. In Philippians chapter 3, it says, forgetting those things which are behind and reaching forth unto those things which are before. So we go, it's a new year for one. It's a new year, 2021. It's a new year. We should be reaching out for things that's before, things that's ahead. You know, man, in life, man, if we don't get this forgiveness thing together, if we don't forgive one another, I don't care if you white, black, Hispanic, whoever, Indian, it doesn't matter. If you don't have forgiveness in your heart, you will not make it in this life. And as a matter of fact, the times are getting so evil now, people quick to kill you. People quick to hold something against you because you said something. You look a certain kind of way. You're wearing Jordans. You wearing this, wearing that. But you make sure you don't have jealousy. You don't have jealousy in your heart. You make sure you don't have jealousy in your heart. You make sure that you stay prayed up. You ask God to continue to help you, to lead you, to guide you. You make sure that you ask God to forgive those ones that don't forgive you. Lord, forgive me. Ask Him to forgive you as well. We all need to ask God to forgive us. Something we did that wasn't right. Something that we did that was unrighteous, wasn't clean. Listen, we need to get this thing together. You will not get it together in one day. But I guarantee you, if you start and you start asking God and praying and asking God for what you want, for what you need, He will make a way. That's a start right there. We need to start forgiving people. You know, and I don't know if someone, I have asked God for forgiveness, and I don't have nothing against nobody. And if you know me or you seen me before, listen, and you felt like I've done something or said something or looked at you a certain kind of way, listen, I'm sorry. God forgive me. Please forgive me. I'm sorry for treating somebody wrong that you know. I'm sorry. So I ask for forgiveness right now from God in you. You know, we need to forgive people these days, man. It is a shame, man, how people is getting killed out here. You know, you have to think about this thing. If you don't forgive, you have to think about this thing. That the word talks about how don't let the sun go down the wrath. And it talks about that, you know, tomorrow isn't promised. The next day isn't promised. The next hour isn't promised. The next minute. The only thing that's promised is now. Right now. And God's promise. Right now is promised. You can do it right now. You can get it together right now. So if you have anything against somebody, say it within your heart. Pray and ask God, God forgive me. God, please forgive me. You know, maybe you have done something to somebody. You know, we have pride built up. We have so many things that's going on within us. We don't know what's going on above, I should say. We have so much going on up here, in here, up here, so we don't know what's going on above. But if we read that word, we'll know what's going on. We'll be able to store things up above. May God bless you and may God keep you. I enjoyed this conversation with you guys. I love y'all so much dearly. remember what this message was about, what this discussion was about, and try to reach out to your loved ones. Try to reach out to your family, to your friends, and tell somebody that you really care for them. Tell somebody that you really love them. Tell somebody that you want to talk to them. You know, let them know that you really want them to make it in life. It's really getting tough. It's really getting hard for people. And I'm a lover. You know, I want people to continue to let God change your life. We need to forgive each other. I don't care if you got kids from a young lady and you have something against her, even if you may not have something against her, but she may have something against you. Listen, forgive that young lady. Forgive her for not forgiving you, because everybody is not going to be like you. Everybody is not going to be like me. But do your part. Do your part. Let's all do it together. You need some help. Talk to somebody beside you. Talk to your pastor. If your pastor, you think he ain't right, forgive him. Forgive him. And talk to somebody that you think that you can talk to. Don't talk to someone that you think that is going to agree with you only, because the word going to convict you and it's going to tell you what you really need to do. So you need to talk to somebody that's going to keep it real, keep it 100% true, real with you. I love y'all so much. I'll talk to y'all later.